If you've done any gardening or put in other kinds of plants, you know that it doesn't always go the way you hoped or thought it might. My backyard is a good example of that. Come on, I'll show you around. We've got some oregano and thyme here, which have done nicely. We've been using it for several months now. These are the mums I planted about 3 weeks or so ago. Something awful has happened to them. I really don't know how it happened. This is a bush to be, or a hedge to be, called fire spike. It'll get real tall eventually. Have to cut it back. They told me at the nursery it would get a lot taller than this by now. It didn't happen. When it gets real windy out here, we take the birds in so they don't fly away. Now this was a basil plant, and it was doing pretty good until Tropical Storm Ian came along and blew off all the leaves. It made a recovery, and then the hurricane came by, and it made another recovery. But a couple of weeks ago, it just sort of gave up. Now these bushes have done real well. They're Cape honeysuckle. Lots of beautiful blooms. They attract butterflies and honeybees. The dune sunflowers are doing okay now. They took a beating from the tropical storm and hurricane, but they're looking pretty good now. This is a yellow alder. It was blooming nicely when the tropical storm came along and blew off all its leaves and flowers. Even killed the ends here, which I cut back. It bloomed again though. Looks like it's doing okay. Here's another one that did better, probably because it's out of the wind a bit. I don't know what this plant is, but it has big pinkish reddish flowers. Attracts butterflies. I planted it a few days before the hurricane, and I don't think I tied it off tight enough because the wind whipped it around pretty good. But it's got a lot of new growth, which I will tie back more closely. What's up, Buck? I planted beans just for the heck of it. In Florida, you plant them in August and September. And this whole row here grew up to beans, but then the rabbits ate them. I didn't even know we had rabbits living this close to the house. We got a few beans out of it anyway. I think the rabbits lived over in that bush. That's probably a pretty good guess. Overall, I'm happy with the way things came out. Some hits, some misses. Not exactly the way I'd hoped, but it's pretty good. Well, here's a first. We got a baby rabbit by the porch. He's probably the offspring of one of the rabbits that's been eating the beans. But who can't love a baby rabbit? Maybe someday he'll grow up and eat my plants. In the meantime, you better find a safer place to be, because there's hawks back here. I'll see what I can do to help them out. Okay, we got a catch and release thing going here now. We'll go over by the big bush. There you go. Okay, go run into the bush. I know that's where you hang out. Okay? Whoa, there you go. All right.